Malaysia Education institutions were closed on March 18, 2020, disrupting learning for all students. The education sector has not been immune to this health pandemic, with more than 1.5 billion students attending schools and universities affected by nationwide closures in 191 countries as of April 20, 2020, UNESCO. Students would be taught in a virtual environment from wherever they happen to be. Social distancing rules and full lockdowns have been implemented to limit the exponential rate of infection. Educators are rapidly adapting their learning provision by moving as much online as possible so that students can continue to learn and engage. We need to move everything online as quickly as possible. This is the message that has been ringing out across universities worldwide over the last couple of months as the COVID-19 pandemic has taken hold. Educators have responded to this call enthusiastically and creatively, ensuring that their students have resources available to continue and support their learning as they are forced to study remotely. To ensure distance learning can be implemented with course design with high effectiveness, reduced cost, and high retention, our group has made an innovation involving tools that help facilitate teachers and students in the implementation of distance learning called Easy2Distance Learning. Easy2Distance Learning contains tools that help the implementation of distance learning asynchronous and synchronous, involving four centered of tools: community-centered tools, learner-centered tools, knowledge-centered tools, and assessment-centered tools. Welcome to Online Tools for Distance at Remote Learning. This platform was developed to help you find learning platforms that you might use to teach or learn online, locally or globally. Each page provides a collection of information about a particular tool. Learner-centered tools are tools resources that should be used to personalize, identify, and inspire learning. Then assessment-centered tools are tools like Kahoot, Socrative, Google Forms, e-portfolios and so on will allow educators to conduct pre-course or lesson, formative, and summative assessments. Community-centered tools including social media, virtual games, and collaborative design spaces, encourage and foster social learning experiences, and knowledge-centered tools such as virtual timeline creators, mind mapping software, and study sites. Here is a list of some of the online resources used for various teaching and learning purposes. Making the best of the possibilities for innovative ideas. Keep classrooms talking, communicating, and working together. Distance learning provides significant opportunities beyond the classroom for flexible learning and teamwork. Before investigating the numerous online resources available, it is important to bear in mind the following. The focus should be on pedagogy and learning, rather than technology. All the tools still require the skill, experience, and expertise of a teacher. They may involve approaches and techniques that you would not normally use. The tools you choose should be in line with any school e-safety policy. There are serious questions about isolation, health, and lack of contact by remote learning. Finding a way to keep people in touch is crucial. By running a discussion site or chat room, you might do this. You might do this if your school has a learning network or method for learning management. It doesn't matter what the framework is, how you use it has an impact. Look for ways to build rituals that allow everybody to get together and to be active. To inspire learners, remember, often written feedback can sound harsher than verbal feedback, but are there ways to use video resources instead? How do students solve future challenges while responding? And how do you make sure that nobody online is isolated? One of the most successful forms of encouraging remote teaching and learning is to provide an opportunity for each learner to offer a subject area. For example, break up the existing fields of study and invite students to teach the remainder of the class. This can be in small groups or as individuals. You may encourage students to host a seminar and provide online resources to reach their audience. This study was conducted to find out the perceptions and interests of lecturers and polytechnic students on using of Easy2Distance Learning application. That usage to assist educators and students in the learning process and select appropriate tools in the implementation of distance learning during COVID-19. Findings from the survey questions using the Google form. That has been distributed to all students and lecturers who implement online teaching and learning. To see the effectiveness of the use of Easy2Distance Learning, shows that 60% of users agree that they are ready for internet access to implementing PDP distance. 73.3% of users think using Easy2Distance Learning application is easier and more effective and systematic, and the teaching and learning will be implemented based on internet speed in their respective areas. 68.8% of users assume the Easy2Distance Learning application beneficial because it saves time and cost. After using the Easy2Distance Learning application, users make a choice of tools that are useful to them. The survey shows knowledge-centered tools get the highest choice, followed by assessment-centered tools and student-centered tools. Probability of users will recommend this application to a friend, shows 85% of majority users choose to recommend it. We hope that our innovation may help educators and students in learning and choosing the appropriate tools in implementing PDP remotely during COVID-19, so that it will take place more effectively, systematically, without wasting time, cost, and based on internet speed in their area respectively. Also can reduce the risk of coronavirus novel infection among education institution. This application targeted among all educators and students that implement a distance learning all over the world. It can used through web and mobile. Thanks for watching.